my thoughts on the Broner fight. Like, I see the internet going crazy. Like, yeah, he got exposed, and like, no, he didn't. The only thing that got exposed is he got a bad management team who threw him in the ring a little earlier than he should have been. You know what I'm saying, in the ring with somebody like Maidana. Like, he only 24 years old. You know, he still got a bright future in front of him. He got paid off this fight. Fought his ass off this fight. 12 rounds, broken jaw somewhere in between there. Never stopped fighting. That's what champs is made of. You know what I mean? Like, but far as him losing one fight, you can't name, other than one boxer, you can't name any other boxer in the history of the sport that actually, you know, did major things that didn't take a loss. Like, when Ali got his jaw broke, he fought on the whole fight, but he lost. Came back on a rematch, won. He's who we know him as today because of that. So you really can't take nothing away from the kid because he lost. Like, somebody's gonna lose every fight. Somebody's gonna win, somebody's gonna lose. But I'm just saying it's a lot of hate. Like, yeah, he's cocky. I want to see him get punched in the face, but I didn't want to see him get his ass whooped like that. You know what I'm saying? Instagram and Twitter going nuts. This man in the hospital. Yeah, I don't give a fuck though. He's cocky. He deserved to be in the hospital pissing, throwing up blood, right? Like, y'all saying it like he's a bum. Can you whoop his ass? No, you can't. So shut the fuck up. And it's like I said, he didn't come out there and get knocked out. He came out there, he fought a brawler. He didn't have enough experience to not get it, to get pulled into that brawling match. And he got hit with some lucky punches. Like, that's the only way to put it. Like, yeah, Maidana threw a lot of wild shit. And when they connected, he was putting everything on it. He only had a puncher's chance this fight. So when you only got a puncher's chance in a fight, you better punch. When you getting hit with them shots and your jaw is cracked, like early rounds, I'm sure it got cracked in either the first or second round. By the time you in the late round, his jaw was fully broken. The headbutt that you say he faked on, he might have flopped, but he got headbutted, and that was an opportunity to rest after a knockdown. That's more common sense and ring awareness to let you know that he wasn't as hurt off that knockdown as people put him as being hurt. Like, he took some bombs and stayed on his feet. You say he got a glass jaw? No. Anybody else who ate those shots he ate would have been knocked the fuck out. But long story short, is this a lot of y'all exposing yourself as haters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to see a good fight. I felt like it was a good 12-round fight. You know what I mean? I had Broner losing only by a point. And the people that's acting like it was a bigger blowout than that, y'all don't know shit about boxing. Like, let me just say that. Like, when you throwing wild-ass punches that barely connect and slap with the gloves versus a motherfucker hitting you precise and counter-punching you, like, yeah, that scores more points. Like, a lot of the rounds that you felt like should have went either way, like, you gotta look. Maidana threw about fucking 60 to 70 more punches in those rounds and didn't land too much more significant. I'm not saying that he didn't lose the fight. He lost the fight. But he didn't just get his ass beat. He went out there against a top-level opponent. Like, y'all been calling him out saying he fought nobodies, and the first time he fought somebody, he lost. Like, 18 months ago, he just was fighting at 130-something pounds. So the fact he fighting at 150 less than 2 years later, fighting the #1 contender for his belt, like, just letting you know he's a fighter. He's not taking the Floyd Mayweather approach, picking the easy fights. Like, he's coming. He took an easy fight with Polly. That was the first fight, you know what I'm saying, at 147, and that's not an easy fight. People say it was an easy fight. He made it look easy. It wasn't easy. Polly is not a bad fighter. He's been a champion for a long time for a reason. Long story short, he didn't run back down to 135. He didn't go to 140 to fight. He defended his belt at 147. Before this fight, he said another 140, like, he went to the top 140 pounder and said that he can get it next. Like, you gotta respect the motherfucker that's trying to fight the top competition. Like, was you not entertained? Still a movie line though. Like, was you not entertained with that fight? 12 rounds. It was action packed all throughout. Like if you watch Floyd's last fight, you watch Pacquiao's last fight, and you watch this fight, which one did you like better? So I'm resting my case right there. You got a better showing. Like, yeah, this one is because he lost or whatever, but nobody want to look at the fact he stayed in front of this motherfucking power puncher 12 rounds. Stayed in front of him. We went to war with him. Like, he gave it his all. Like, if nothing else, y'all should be saying, like, okay, well, we said he was overrated, but he got a good chin. He got a good heart. You know what I'm saying? He's persistent. He got a never give up attitude. Like, far as not staying in the ring for y'all to boo. Like, of course, when a motherfucker down, people want to kick him. And it was like, you just watched him lose, and he got a broke jaw, broke ribs, probably a broke nose. Like, that was a war that he was in. So, he was beat the fuck up. If he wanted to get out the ring, that's understandable. Like, he left in an ambulance. He didn't go back there and pout in the dressing room. He went back there and got in an ambulance and went to the hospital. Like, it was a brawl. It was a war. Like, y'all need to let that shit go, though. Like, all of these pictures, they funny. Like, don't get me wrong. Every boxer that get knocked down got to deal with that. But y'all talking about his career is over. Like, do you understand he just made a few million off of this fight? Like, he lost one fight, 28-1. Like, his career's not over, you know what I mean? Like, he still can go get championship belts. He's going to come back. Like, if you watch the fight, you'll see that when he wasn't getting peppered with them shots, them wild-ass haymakers, he was fucking boy up. But he hit hard, and it was like, that's the thing that he wasn't experienced for as a young fighter. Like, he never been in the ring with a motherfucker who's going to take that punch to get theirs off because they hit that hard, you know? And he didn't have the right game plan, where Manny just was in the exact same fight against Rios. Floyd was in the exact same fight against Canelo. Like, the difference in what they did was not get touched, and Broner got touched way too much tonight. There's no excuse for him losing. Like, he lost from not being prepared, and that's being too loyal. You know what I'm saying? When you hold on to the people in your corner, like, you don't have the best trainer out there. That's why he wasn't training professionals before. You know what I mean? He's not the best trainer for professional fighting. I'm not saying don't keep him on the team, but I'm telling you to get you a better team. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody in your corner that's going to tell you that this is not a good fight for you. Like, jumping in the ring with Maidana for a rematch, that's not a good look. What you need to do before you worry about taking that rematch is get you a fighter. Go up against Karas, somebody like that. Just get that in-ring experience. Like, you put yourself in the media too much, and then you let what the media said kind of bait you into making your career moves. But 90% of the motherfuckers in the media ain't never been in a fight, and most of the motherfuckers on this commenting don't know shit about boxing. Like, taking this fight at this stage of your career just wasn't a good move, and you realize that now. Like, you fought a 30-year-old grown man with fully developed muscles. At 24, you got muscles still developing, real shit. Like, you got outmatched, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't get him off of you. When he pushed up on the inside, you couldn't get him off. You know what I mean? That happens. It's a fight. You win some, you lose some. But the main reason I'm making this video is just like seeing how many motherfuckers is just like haters in the world. Like, I wasn't a fan of Broner, you know what I'm saying? Being from Cincinnati, like, I felt like he represented us wrong, but I wasn't necessarily a fan of him, but I definitely don't hate him. I like to see anybody doing something. Like, 3-time world champion at 23, and he from the same city as me. Like, so it's like, at one part of me, it's a love-hate thing, you know? Like, I want to see him get punched in the mouth, maybe knocked down, to humble down just a tad. But as far as his career is over, he ain't never gonna be this. That's just hate, bro. That's pure hate. And when you motherfuckers is doing that shit, it's like, it's easy to laugh at a motherfucker doing something, but did you ever sit down and think about the fact that you spent money on your cable bill to watch him do that? You get what I'm saying? Like, is he gonna spend money to watch you go flip motherfucking burgers? Go and work at a factory? Hell nah. Is he gonna come watch you stand on the corner and sell dope? No, he ain't gonna do none of that shit. So it's like, when you talking about him and saying that his life is, he's a professional boxer that's known around the United States. Like, So where's the hate at? You know what I'm saying? Where do a motherfucker that work at McDonald's get the right to talk about a rapper? Like, you talking about Lil Wayne, my nigga. Like, you work at McDonald's. Like, it's levels to this life shit, and it's like motherfuckers who can't never make it to that next level. I'm noticing that it's just, y'all got a lot of hate. There's a lot of hate built up, and that shit ain't. That's not cool though. You know what I mean? Like, why do you hate this man? He lost. That should have been your revenge right there, watching him lose. But nah, y'all can't stop there. His career gotta be over. He's overrated. He's never gonna be this. He get back to your rap career. Blah, like, that's just hating. You know what I'm saying? That's just hating. Yeah, the nigga lost. You try to make a big deal because he left after the match. If a motherfucker leave and get in the ambulance, you don't know how hurt they is. Like, bruh, if I would have lost the match, I would have left too if I had a broke ass job. If I'd have won, I only would have stayed to say, like, good fight, I gotta go. Like, as a professional boxer, no. He doesn't want to be outside of the ring walking where all of the fans can see him bent over, hunched in pain and shit. Like, so he ducked his head down and walked out of the fucking arena and got to the back, and you seen that the security guards was basically carrying this man to his room, and he went to the ambulance. So it's just, you know what I'm saying, like, this was the first fight that he had where he got tested, and while y'all is saying that because he lost, you know what I'm saying, that he's a failure or whatever, no, he got tested, and what happened when he got knocked down? He got back up. Every time he got knocked down, he got back up and continued the fight up into the 12th round where he knew he needed a knockout, and he came out fighting with a broke jaw, took a nasty hook in it, and just couldn't press no more. It's a such thing as just not being that. He gave everything he had. You get what I'm saying? Like, he gave everything he had, and you motherfuckers is hating. They never gave everything you had as shit except for hating. That's it. So at the end of the day, man, it's like, you feel better about yourself by talking about him for getting beat up, but you couldn't beat him up, or the motherfucker who beat him up, and you didn't put yourself in a position. You can judge a boxing match from at home, but you get out there and get hit in the body once, you gonna fold over. Like, so miss me with that shit though. Like, y'all niggas is just haters though, you know what I mean? Like, just pure haters. And I'm putting that shit out there. Y'all haters though. Like, miss me with that shit. Like, yeah, the nigga lost. A lot of niggas lost. Tyson lost. Ali lost. Holyfield, Bo, Duran, Hagler, Hearns, Sugar Ray, you name it, man. Everybody that you can think of that was a fucking good champion lost. Jack Johnson lost. Sugar Ray Robinson lost. Like, anybody that you can think of, man, from any time period, it's one boxer that's retired with no losses. And that's during the time period of boxing when shit basically was fucked up and corrupt. It is still a little bit now, but the main point of me saying it is, like, he took a loss, okay? I took a loss in fights before in my life too. But does that mean because I took a L that everybody I took that can beat the motherfucker that beat me can whoop my ass? No, that just mean that got hit with some shit that I didn't see coming. You get me? So he got hit with some shit in the first round. Second round, never recovered from it. When he did gain composure, you know what I mean? Like, he did good at boxing, but when he got rocked again, it was right back. Like, he went up against a motherfucker with concrete in the gloves. But none of that change the fact that you niggas is haters. Like, you a hater. Pure motherfucking hater. And you hating on a millionaire. So at the end of the day, I want you to remember that. However, I want you to look in your pocket right now, check your bank statement, and remember that this nigga just made a few million a night. So when you laughing and putting this picture up places, who putting your pictures anywhere? Who the fuck knows you? Who the fuck even gives a fuck if you die? You like one of the most unimportant motherfuckers walking the planet. That's why you see so much humor in a motherfucker's personal downfall. Like, a hater. And that's what you live with. You a hater. I'd rather live getting my ass whooped in a professional fight against another professional fighter than to be at home being a hater. Like, some of you niggas been on Twitter since the fight ended hours ago. Steady going. Like, That's what you gonna talk about. Adrian Broner got beat up. Adrian Broner lost the fight. That's what you're gonna talk about for the rest of your life. Like that's what you're gonna walk up to a bitch and say tomorrow. Like, yeah, what up, shorty? Hey, did you see AB get his ass whooped though? Like, that's your conversation starter, my nigga. Like, you weak, kill yourself, man.